Dear listener, as the day gently fades into soft twilight, it's time to release any lingering thoughts and find a peaceful stillness within you. Settle into your most comfortable position, letting your body soften into the warmth beneath you. Take a slow, deep breath in, feeling your lungs fill with calm air, and then slowly release it, letting go of any tension. Just listen now, allowing my words to guide you safe and sound. Imagine a world where ancient stories whisper on the breeze, and time moves with the quiet grace of a sleeping cat. Tonight, we begin a journey to such a place, a realm of forgotten beauty and tranquil wonder. We are standing at the edge of a sacred grove, where tall, ancient trees stretch towards a sky painted in hues of deep indigo and soft lavender. Their leaves, a velvet emerald, rustle with the gentlest sigh, creating a lulling rhythm that invites you deeper. A narrow, winding path, worn smooth by countless peaceful journeys, beckons through the gnarled roots and dappled shadows. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the scent of damp earth and distant, night-blooming jasmine. As you step onto the path, your gaze drifts past moss-covered stones toward a soft, ethereal glow filtering through the trees ahead. It hints at something grand, something truly ancient. Through the whispering branches, a glimpse of pale, weathered stone begins to emerge, not just a wall, but an intricate archway, subtly carved, suggesting the entrance to an old temple, waiting patiently. The faint light seems to hum, a quiet welcome from the heart of this sacred space. The air beyond the intricate archway feels different, cooler perhaps, carrying the faint, sweet scent of ancient stone and something like dried herbs, a subtle invitation deeper within. You step softly, your presence a mere whisper in this hallowed space, your footsteps absorbed by the profound quiet. Before you stretches a wide, hushed hall, its floor made of smooth, cool marble that reflects the gentle light. Soft, distant echo high above, light filters through unseen openings in the ceiling, casting long, peaceful shafts across the polished surfaces. These luminous beams illuminate the subtle imperfections in the stone, tiny glittering specks of mica, and the slow, graceful dance of dust motes in the perfectly still air. The grand walls rise gracefully, adorned with faint, almost imperceptible carvings that whisper of stories lost to time, their edges softened by millennia. They depict serene, ancient figures, perhaps silent deities or revered ancestors, standing in quiet contemplation, their gazes peaceful. To your left, a series of tall, slender columns recedes gently into comforting shadow, creating a soothing rhythm of light and shade that invites your gaze to wander slowly, without haste. Each magnificent column bears the gentle marks of age, yet stands firm and unwavering, guardians of this profound silence. The silence here is not empty or stark, but wonderfully full, imbued with the echoes of countless quiet moments of prayers whispered and wisdom pondered. It's a silence that cradles you softly, a warm blanket woven from the stillness of ages. There is no urgency, no expectation here, just the deep, comforting peace of a place that has witnessed the passage of endless time with serene patience. You feel a gentle inclination to simply be here, to breathe in this deep tranquility, letting the ancient quiet settle around you. The ancient quiet settles around you, deepening with each soft breath. Here, the air itself feels imbued with a sense of deep time, a gentle hush that calms every thought. Your gaze might drift across the worn surfaces of the ancient stones, perhaps catching the subtle gleam of moonlight reflecting off a polished marble floor, or the soft shadows cast by towering, silent pillars that seem to stretch towards the celestial canopy above. The faint, almost imperceptible breeze now carries a delicate scent, perhaps of dew-kissed leaves from a distant sacred grove, mingling with the earthy fragrance of ancient stone and the faintest hint of dried incense. There is no rush, no urgency, just the quiet observation of a space that has been cradled by ages, whispering its timeless stories not in words, but in the texture of its walls and the very stillness of its air. The moonlight, a soft, silver blue, seems to paint the scene with a serene luminescence, highlighting the intricate, almost faded carvings that adorn some of the older structures. They depict symbols of quiet reverence, perhaps stylized patterns of stars or gentle flowing rivers, now almost indistinguishable, yet lending a profound sense of history to the surroundings. Tall, slender columns stand like ancient sentinels, their surfaces smooth and cool to the imagined touch, bearing the marks of millennia with quiet dignity. This subtle light, along with the gentle movement of air, seems to hint at a path forward, not a demanding trail, but an inviting suggestion, leading deeper into the heart of this timeless sanctuary. You sense the presence of unhurried peace, a gentle current guiding you without effort. Each quiet step, if you were to take one, would be cushioned by the immense silence, drawing you toward a deeper contemplation of what lies further within. The very silence here is a companion, a soft, enveloping presence that cradles you in its vast, calming embrace. The immense silence continues to guide you, a gentle current through the ancient halls. You step forward, your movements soft upon the cool, polished stone beneath your feet. Ahead, a series of towering, smooth marble columns rise, their surfaces cool and unblemished by time. They reach gracefully towards a vaulted ceiling, mostly lost in shadow, yet hinting at immense height and intricate design. The air here is profoundly still, carrying only the faint, sweet scent of aged stone, intertwined with something green and distant, perhaps sacred herbs once carefully placed in forgotten alcoves. Between these majestic columns, the path opens into a vast, central chamber. Here, the soft moonlight, previously a mere suggestion, now spills generously through high, slender apertures carved into the upper walls. It paints pale silver pathways and shimmering pools of light across the vast, polished floor. These luminous streaks illuminate low-relief carvings that adorn the ancient walls, intricate patterns of distant stars, the gentle flow of mythical rivers, and quiet, serene creatures resting beneath celestial symbols. Each image seems to whisper of timeless tales, not with urgency or drama, but with the quiet dignity of history itself. The chamber feels like a profound, tranquil heart, beating with the slow, steady pulse of untold eons, inviting a deep sense of peace to settle upon you. You find yourself drawn gently further in, towards the very center of this grand space, where the moonbeams converge and intermingle, creating a soft, ethereal glow that seems to hum with silent stories. As you step closer, the converging moonbeams reveal a low, circular platform of polished, pale stone. Its surface is smooth, cool to the touch, and etched with faint, swirling patterns that seem to capture the light, making it ripple gently. These aren't sharp engravings, but rather subtle, almost worn depressions, like paths smoothed by countless soft breezes or the touch of time itself. In the very heart of this platform, not a statue or an altar, but a shallow, still pool of water rests. The moon's glow falls directly into its depths, transforming the surface into a liquid mirror, reflecting the high, vaulted ceiling above, and the soft, silent dance of dust motes in the air. The reflections are so clear, they seem to open a window into another, upside-down sky. Around the platform, ancient, worn steps descend into a slightly lower section of the chamber, where colossal marble pillars rise, disappearing into the shadows of the upper reaches. Each pillar is carved with scenes of quiet, flowing rivers and sleeping creatures from old myths, their forms softened by untold centuries. You might discern the gentle curve of a sleeping serpent, or the closed eyes of a slumbering griffin, their mythic power now diffused into a profound, enduring peace. The air here is profoundly still, carrying only the faintest scent of old stone and something green and distant, like moss growing in a hidden grotto, nurtured by unseen trickles. No sounds disturb the calm, save for the whisper of your own breath, and perhaps the faint, distant echo of a water drop falling somewhere far away in the temple's vastness. You might notice the subtle shift of the moon's position, causing the patterns in the water to subtly change, like a slow, living tapestry unfurling with infinite patience. This gentle movement is the only sign of time passing here, in this tranquil heart of the ancient wonder. You simply observe, allowing the deep peace of this moonlit chamber to settle around you, feeling the quiet strength of the ancient stones and the soft, luminous embrace of the gathered moonlight. The moonlight, having filled the chamber with its gentle glow, now seems to beckon, drawing your gaze toward a soft luminosity at the far end of the hall. It is not a harsh light, but a tender, inviting glimmer, suggesting a passage to another serene space within these ancient walls. As you slowly turn, the cool, smooth touch of the polished stone beneath your bare feet is a comforting presence, connecting you to the very foundation of this hallowed place. Each step is unhurried, a quiet whisper against the deep silence that enfolds everything here. Soft, distant chime, you move along a softly arcing corridor, its tall, cool walls carved with delicate, swirling patterns that seem to flow like water under the moon's silvery touch. These are not symbols of power or conflict, but patterns of gentle growth, of calm rivers, and silent, unfurling leaves. The air here is still and cool, carrying a faint, sweet scent, perhaps of distant night-blooming jasmine or the aged cedar wood that frames the occasional archways. The soft shadows dance and lengthen, guiding your path further into the temple's heart. Ahead, the corridor opens into a wider, circular space, utterly peaceful and bathed in the same ethereal moonlight. Here, at its center, stands not a grand statue, but a quiet, still pool of water, its surface like dark glass, perfectly reflecting the vast, star-dusted sky visible through an open aperture high above. Around the pool, low, carved stone benches invite quiet contemplation, their smooth, cool surfaces holding the memory of countless moonlit nights. This is a place of deep reflection, a sanctuary where time itself seems to slow, folding around the silent whispers of the ancient myth. The softest lapping of the water, almost imperceptible, is the only sound, a gentle, rhythmic heartbeat in the tranquil temple night. And the gentle lapping, like a whispered secret, seems to echo from the very heart of the temple, a place where time itself has slowed to a patient rhythm. You might imagine the smooth, cool touch of ancient marble beneath your fingertips, worn soft by countless passing ages, each touch a connection to the quiet reverence held here for millennia. Above, the temple's vaulted ceiling, perhaps adorned with faint, faded frescoes depicting constellations or the silent deeds of forgotten deities, stretches into the dimness. Moonlight, a silver-spun thread, begins to weave its way through a high, arched window, casting long, peaceful shadows across the polished floor. These shadows stretch and shift with the slow, majestic journey of the moon, painting transient patterns that dance with the subtle undulations of the water below. Each ripple catches the light, briefly shimmering like scattered stardust before dissolving back into the placid surface. It's a silent, ancient ballet performed for no one but the quiet stones and the sleeping myth that reside within these walls. The air itself feels ancient, infused with the scent of aged stone, and perhaps a faint, lingering trace of sacred incense, long since burned but never truly vanished. This is a space of deep peace, where the grand scale of the architecture speaks not of dominance, but of dedication and humble awe. Pillars rise like silent sentinels, supporting the weight of centuries, their surfaces intricately carved with symbols that tell stories without word, stories of creation, of destiny, of the gentle balance of the world. Each detail, from the grand arches to the smallest etched pattern, invites a quiet contemplation, encouraging the mind to settle, to simply be present within this timeless sanctuary. The world outside, with all its hurried demands, feels impossibly far away, replaced by this tranquil, moonlit hush. The moon's gentle silver light continues to spill through unseen apertures, bathing the ancient stones in a soft, ethereal glow. Here, in this quiet heart of the sanctuary, time itself seems to slow, becoming a still, deep pool. You might notice, as your senses gently expand, a subtle path emerging from the shadowed corners, leading further inward. It's not a path for hurried steps, but for a quiet, meandering exploration. Imagine now a slow, unhurried drift along this moon-kissed pathway. The smooth, cool stone beneath your bare feet, if you were to walk it, carries the faint echo of countless ages. On either side, ancient pillars rise, their surfaces worn by the passage of myth, yet strong and unwavering. Between them, you might glimpse small, serene alcoves, each holding a silent, carved figure, perhaps a sleeping nymph, a wise elder with eyes closed in contemplation, or a gentle beast curled in slumber. The air here is cool and clean, carrying the faintest whisper of distant night-blooming jasmine, perhaps carried in on a breeze that slips through an opening high above. No other sounds disturb this profound quiet, save for the softest rustle of ancient leaves, if a hidden grove is nearby, or the gentle drip of water from a moss-covered fountain in a secluded courtyard just beyond your sight. Each step, if you choose to take it, is a slow, peaceful glide, drawing you deeper into the tranquil heart of this sacred space, where the silence holds a comforting embrace, inviting you to simply rest and be. The gentle glide continues, carrying you further into the tranquil embrace of this ancient place. Your senses, now softened and receptive, perceive a subtle shift in the atmosphere. You find yourself drifting into a quiet, shadowed hall, where tall, narrow archways lead to even deeper sanctuaries. The air here is cool and still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of aged parchment and dry stone, a fragrance that speaks of forgotten tales and slumbering knowledge. Along the walls, you can faintly discern shelves carved directly into the rock, stretching upwards towards the high, unseen ceiling. These shelves are filled from floor to archway with countless scrolls and bound texts, their spines worn smooth by centuries of gentle handling and the patient passage of time. A soft, golden light, perhaps from unseen lamps nestled within recesses, or a distant, warm hearth, filters through openings high above, casting long, gentle shadows that seem to dance with the dust motes. These tiny particles, illuminated by the serene glow, drift and spiral lazily in the air, creating a slow, mesmerizing ballet. The silence here is profound, a deep, resonant hush that seems to absorb all other sounds, broken only by the almost imperceptible rustle of your own soft breath, or the distant, soft echo of water dripping somewhere far away. Each scroll, each book, seems to hold an untold story sleeping peacefully within its covers, waiting patiently through the ages. You notice intricate patterns etched into the smooth stone floor beneath you, ancient symbols that seem to glow with a soft, inner light under the gentle illumination. They whisper of forgotten eras and the quiet dedication of those who came before. This is a place of deep reverence, a timeless library dedicated to quiet contemplation and the preservation of long-held wisdom. It feels safe, profoundly peaceful, inviting you to simply be present within its quiet, enduring history. As the soft light guides your gaze from one sleeping tale to another from the shelves of long-held wisdom, your gaze now drifts towards a grand, arched entryway at the far end of this silent chamber. It's not a door, but an opening framed by pillars of polished, pale stone, leading to what appears to be another, even larger hall. The air here carries a faint, earthy scent, mingled with the soft, dry fragrance of ancient parchment and dust, a perfume of forgotten ages. You move slowly, without urgency, drawn by the gentle luminescence emanating from beyond the archway. The floor beneath your feet is cool and smooth, worn by countless footsteps through millennia, yet perfectly even. Each step is cushioned by the profound quiet that blankets this place, a quiet so deep it almost feels like a presence itself, a guardian of these sacred halls. As you approach the arch, the light from the next chamber becomes clearer. It's a soft, ethereal glow, as if captured starlight has settled within the very stones. Through the arch, you begin to discern faint murals painted on the high walls, depicting constellations and the journeys of ancient heroes across cosmic seas. There are no harsh lines, only flowing forms and muted colors, telling stories not with words, but with the quiet grandeur of celestial patterns. The scale of this next hall feels immense, yet it holds a serene intimacy. Tall, slender columns rise towards a vaulted ceiling, almost disappearing into the softly illuminated heights. Within alcoves carved into these columns, you glimpse faint outlines of statues, perhaps of forgotten deities or revered scholars, their features smoothed by time and shadow. This is a sanctuary of cosmic knowledge, where the whispers of the universe are etched into stone, inviting a quiet contemplation of the vast, gentle mysteries that have always guided the sleeping world. Here, the very air hums with a silent, ancient energy, a gentle resonance that has settled over millennia, Your gaze might drift across the smooth, cool stone surfaces, where celestial maps are not merely drawn, but seem to glow faintly from within. Stars, nebulae, and the pathways of forgotten constellations are intricately carved, each line a soft echo of cosmic journeys taken long ago, telling tales of wanderers and guardians beyond the veil of night. Soft, distant hum, the sanctuary feels like a library without books, its knowledge held in the very fabric of its being, whispering secrets without sound. Perhaps your eyes trace a circular chamber, slightly recessed into the heart of the stone, its floor a grand mosaic of swirling galaxies. Above, a single, wide aperture in the ceiling reveals a sliver of the night sky, perfectly aligning with a prominent star every few hours, as if the heavens themselves are a part of this sacred mechanism. This celestial window acts as a natural clock, marking the slow, deliberate turning of the cosmos, a quiet ballet of light and shadow. There are no rushed movements here, no urgent pronouncements or hurried footsteps. Only the quiet unfurling of time, written in starlight and carved into rock, inviting a deep, settling calm. A faint, earthy scent of ancient stone and dust mingles with the clean, cool air, a fragrance of untold ages. You might find a smooth, worn bench carved directly from the living rock, its surface cool and comforting, inviting you to simply sit and absorb the deep, patient wisdom of this place. The light within these chambers is always soft, either filtering from the distant aperture or emanating from subtle, glowing glyphs embedded in the walls, casting long, peaceful shadows that dance with the gentle passage of the unseen hours. This vast repository of cosmic tales encourages a deep, calming sense of belonging to something immense and eternal. A quiet anchor in the universe, the whispers of cosmic tales, woven through the very fabric of existence, guide your gentle focus now, leading you deeper into the heart of this ancient celestial understanding. You find yourself drifting towards a quiet chamber, carved from the very rock of the mountain itself, yet open to the vastness above. Its walls are not bare stone, but instead polished obsidian, reflecting the distant starlight like scattered diamonds. Here, in this hushed sanctuary, the true scale of the cosmic repository begins to unfold. Across broad, circular tables, unfurled scrolls of aged parchment lie open, adorned with meticulous drawings of constellations and star patterns, each line a testament to centuries of patient observation. Delicate, gilded armillary spheres, their rings aligned with ancient celestial poles, stand poised as if eternally tracking the journeys of forgotten stars. Soft, distant hum of ancient mechanisms, a gentle, ethereal glow emanates not from lamps, but from within the chamber itself, a soft phosphorescence that highlights the intricate details of each artifact. It is a light that feels born of the stars, cool and serene, wrapping the space in a tranquil embrace. You observe the dust motes dancing in these silent beams, tiny specks of ancient stardust, perhaps. This place is a dedication, a profound act of reverence for the universe's grand design. It invites contemplation, a quiet, unhurried meditation on the celestial dance. The air is still, carrying only the faintest scent of old paper and cool stone, a natural perfume of timeless wisdom. There is no rush here, no urgency, only the quiet rhythm of the cosmos reflected in the gentle curve of an ancient astrolabe. You feel a profound sense of peace settle around you, as if the very stars are murmuring lullabies. Each celestial chart, each instrument, speaks of patient, enduring knowledge, inviting your mind to rest within its silent, shimmering embrace. The soft glow from the celestial charts seems to deepen as you settle into the quiet heart of this ancient observatory. Gentle hum of ancient mechanisms, barely audible. The air here is still, carrying the faint, sweet scent of aged parchment and cool, polished stone. Your gaze might drift from the delicate scrolls depicting constellations to the larger, more robust instruments crafted from burnished bronze and dark wood. One such piece stands tall, a vast armillary sphere, its rings intricately carved, slowly turning, almost imperceptibly, mimicking the dance of the heavens. You imagine generations of quiet scholars, their faces illuminated by the same soft starlight, charting the journeys of distant worlds, their hushed whispers lost to the ages, yet their dedication preserved in every line and curve of this sacred space. Each rotation of the sphere is a gentle breath, a reminder of the universe's calm, unending rhythm. Beyond the sphere, a wide, open archway beckons, leading to an outer terrace. Through it, the velvet blackness of the night sky unfolds, studded with countless stars, sharper and brighter than you've ever seen. The moon, a crescent of pearlescent light, hangs low, casting long, soft shadows across the terrace floor. It feels as though the entire cosmos is held gently within this temple of observation, its silent secrets willingly revealed to those who watch with patient hearts. The cool, crisp air from the terrace lightly brushes against the warmth of the interior, creating a peaceful, lingering stillness, encouraging deep, restful breaths as you simply observe this ancient wonder. The crisp air from the terrace lightly brushes against the warmth of the interior, creating a peaceful, lingering stillness, encouraging deep, restful breaths as you simply observe this ancient wonder. This grand hall, open to the night's soft embrace, seems to hum with a quiet energy, a silent symphony of centuries. Within these hallowed walls, shadows dance softly, cast by unseen light sources, perhaps from high windows or glowing glyphs embedded in the colossal stone. the very air feels steeped in history, a gentle hush that invites contemplation. You notice now a series of intricately carved pillars standing sentinel, each one etched with symbols that whisper tales of forgotten deities and cosmic journeys. Their surfaces, smooth and cool to the touch, reflect the muted light, showing the gentle wear of ages, yet retaining their profound beauty. Ahead, a wide, low archway beckons, its entrance framed by two more of these silent, watchful pillars. It leads into what appears to be a central chamber, a heart within this ancient structure. The light here seems to gather, softer and more diffused, painting the floor in shades of warm gray and soft ochre. The scent of ancient stone and something akin to dried herbs lingers, a comforting aroma that suggests rituals performed long ago, prayers offered in quiet reverence. As you step through the archway, your gaze settles upon a calm, circular pool of water in the center of the chamber. Its surface is perfectly still, reflecting the ceiling like a dark, polished mirror, holding the faint glimmers of the night sky above. Around its edge, small, glowing orbs, almost like captured starlight, cast a very gentle, rhythmic pulse of light across the smooth, polished stone floor. This is not a place of grand pronouncements, but of quiet, enduring peace. The sound of your own breathing feels like the only movement in this serene space. A gentle rhythm joining the temple's own slow, ancient heartbeat, lulling you deeper into calm. The deep calm of this ancient temple continues to embrace you, a quiet, enduring peace. Your breathing, a gentle rhythm, now blends with the temple's own slow, ancient heartbeat, lulling you deeper into serenity. Around you, the air itself feels still and pure, carrying whispers of forgotten ages. You might notice a subtle shift in the light, perhaps a soft, silvery glow filtering in from a high, arched window, casting long, peaceful shadows across the polished stone floor. This isn't a harsh light, but rather a tender illumination, as if the moon itself has decided to gently rest within these sacred walls. It touches upon the smooth, cool surfaces of the marble, highlighting the delicate carvings that adorn the pillars' motifs of entwined vines, sleeping stags, and stars caught in a celestial dance. Each detail speaks of a profound connection to the natural world, even within these man-made structures. You might feel a whisper of a breeze so faint it's almost imperceptible, carrying the distant, sweet scent of night-blooming jasmine from the sacred groves just beyond the temple's thresholds. It's a subtle reminder of the world outside, yet it only deepens the sanctuary's quiet embrace. This gentle flow of air barely stirs the dust motes dancing in the moonlight, emphasizing the profound stillness of this place. Allow your gaze to drift across the floor, where faint, almost invisible patterns emerge from the polished surface, perhaps the subtle lines of a forgotten mosaic, or the natural veining in the stone. They are like quiet stories etched into the very foundation of this sanctuary, silent witnesses to countless peaceful nights. The temple holds its secrets close, sharing only its serene presence and its deep, quiet breath with you, guiding you further into rest as the temple breathes around you. A soft, ethereal glow begins to outline the edges of the ancient stone. It's not the light of day, nor of fire, but something gentler, like starlight filtered through centuries of stillness. You find yourself drawn along a smooth, worn path, barely perceptible, leading away from the main halls, but still within the temple's embrace. The air grows cooler here, carrying the scent of damp earth and unseen blossoms. The path widens slightly, revealing a small, enclosed garden, a sacred grove nestled against the temple's outer wall. Here, ancient trees with bark like weathered parchment stand guard, their leaves rustling with an almost imperceptible whisper, a language older than memory. Moonlight, or its temple equivalent, dapples the ground, illuminating patches of soft moss and scattered, smooth river stones. This grove is a place of profound peace, a quiet heart within the larger sanctuary. It feels as though time itself slows to a patient crawl, allowing every leaf, every shadow, every gentle breath of air to linger. You can almost feel the gentle pulse of the earth beneath the moss, a soft, rhythmic beat harmonizing with your own breath. This sacred space offers a different kind of quiet, a living stillness, where the whispers of the wind through ancient leaves tell stories of peace and enduring calm. It is a haven for quiet thoughts, a soft bed for the wandering mind. Let the gentle rustle of the leaves lull you, and the ancient peace of the grove draw you deeper into rest. The sacred grove continues to hold you in its gentle embrace. The air here feels timeless, carrying the faint scent of damp earth and ancient moss. Moonlight, softened by the dense canopy, filters down in shifting patterns, illuminating patches of forest floor like scattered pearls. Each rustle of leaves overhead sounds like a whispered secret, a quiet conversation between the trees that have stood here for centuries, perhaps millennia. You might notice a subtle shift in the terrain, a gentle incline leading deeper into the heart of this venerable space. The path, barely more than a deer trail, is cushioned with fallen leaves and soft moss, making each step impossibly quiet, almost as if the ground itself wishes to preserve the profound stillness. Here, the world beyond seems to fade away, leaving only the tranquil presence of the grove. Ahead, through a parting of younger trees, a hint of something more substantial begins to emerge. It's not a grand temple, but something simpler, more organic to the grove itself. A cluster of smooth, weathered stones, arranged with a deliberate hand long ago, now softened by centuries of rain and growth. And beside them, a single, enormous ancient tree, its trunk wider than any you've seen, its branches reaching out like gnarled arms holding up the sky. The light seems to gather around this focal point, casting long, peaceful shadows. It feels like a place of quiet contemplation, a natural altar woven into the very fabric of the forest. You can almost feel the gentle pulse of the earth beneath your feet, a slow, steady rhythm that resonates with your own breath. This deep heart of the grove whispers of enduring peace, inviting you to simply be, to let your mind settle amongst the ancient roots and the whispering leaves, finding your own quiet center here. This deep heart of the grove whispers of enduring peace, inviting you to simply be, to let your mind settle amongst the ancient roots and the whispering leaves, finding your own quiet center here. As you settle deeper into this stillness, a particular ancient sentinel catches your eye. It is a venerable tree, its trunk wider than any you might imagine, covered in a tapestry of emerald moss that glows faintly in the dappled light. Its branches reach out like welcoming arms, forming a canopy so dense that only slivers of moonlight, or perhaps starlight, manage to pierce through, casting soft, dancing patterns on the forest floor. Beneath this grand tree, the ground is soft with generations of fallen leaves, creating a gentle, yielding carpet. You notice a small, smooth stone, almost like an ancient marker, half buried in the moss, its surface worn smooth by countless seasons. It radiates a cool, calm energy, a silent testament to the countless moments of quiet contemplation it has witnessed. The air here carries the faint, earthy scent of damp soil and ancient wood, a fragrance that speaks of profound history and undisturbed slumber. There's a subtle, almost imperceptible hum, not of insects, but of life itself, a gentle vibration that resonates through the very heart of the grove. It's a sound that invites you to release any lingering thoughts, to simply absorb the deep tranquility that permeates every leaf, every root, every silent stone. Here, time seems to lose its hold, stretching out into an endless, peaceful moment. The ancient grove holds you gently, its wisdom a soft lullaby, its presence a calm embrace. You feel a sense of belonging, a quiet understanding, as if the grove itself is breathing with you, a slow, steady rhythm that encourages your own breath to deepen and soften. The ancient trees of the sacred grove stand as silent sentinels, their branches interweaving to form a natural cathedral above. A soft, otherworldly light begins to filter through the dense canopy, not from the distant moon, but from within the grove itself. It emanates from the very heart of the clearing, a gentle, pulsing glow that bathes the moss-covered stones in an ethereal silver. This light seems to hum with a quiet energy, a silent song that resonates with the deep peace you now feel. It is a light that soothes and calms, painting the ancient surroundings in hues of soft pearl and muted emerald. Subtle hum as you gaze upon this tranquil luminescence. Your eyes fall upon an ancient, smooth-worn stone, almost like a natural altar. nestled among the gnarled roots of the oldest tree. Its surface seems to absorb and then reflect the soft glow, holding within it countless stories of ages past, whispered by the winds of time. Around it, delicate ferns unfurl in perfect symmetry, catching the light like tiny, luminous jewels. The air here is still and cool, carrying the faint, sweet scent of damp earth and night-blooming jasmine, a fragrance that invites a deep, contented sigh. There is no need to move, no urgency to understand, only to simply be present. This quiet sanctuary offers an unconditional stillness. The subtle pulse of light seems to sync with your own heartbeat, a gentle reminder of the ancient, enduring life that thrives in this hallowed space. Each leaf, each stone, each whisper of wind through the branches contributes to a harmonious lullaby, inviting a deeper surrender to the serenity of the grove. The world beyond this tranquil haven fades further, leaving only the soft glow, the profound stillness, and the comforting sense of timeless peace. You are simply here, held by the ancient embrace of the grove. The ancient embrace of the grove cradles you, a quiet promise of rest. The soft glow that filters through the leaves seems to deepen, painting the mossy ground in shades of silver and twilight blue. Each leaf on the ancient trees exhales a sigh of peace, a whisper carried on the gentlest breeze, barely stirring the stillness around you. The air itself feels soft, imbued with the deep calm of ages. All around, the world continues its slow, rhythmic breathing. Distant sounds, if there were any, have long since faded, leaving only the quiet harmony of the grove. Perhaps you hear the faintest rustle of a nocturnal creature, or the soft drip of dew from a high branch, each sound a lullaby, inviting a deeper sense of serenity. You are safe here, nestled in this timeless sanctuary. The stories whispered by the wind through the ancient boughs are now complete, settled into the deep memory of the earth. There is nothing left to do, nothing to seek, only to simply be asterisk. This gentle, profound peace wraps around you like a warm, comforting cloak. As the silver moonlight softly blankets the grove, let its quiet magic wash over you. Feel your own breath grow deeper, slower, a gentle rhythm, aligning with the ancient pulse of this sacred place. The thoughts that once danced in your mind now grow still, like reflections on an undisturbed pond. Allow yourself to release all the day's gentle hold, to simply let go. Drift now into the quiet, boundless sleep that awaits. The grove watches over you, silent and eternal, a guardian of dreams. Rest deeply, peacefully, and completely, knowing you are held in this soft, ancient wonder. Good night.